Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime, but kickoff right around the corner. Standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. It's pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this job. So they'll be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Ready? Got double time. Double time. Three down. Hey.
On first down, it's Hill. And he'll be up the yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Pretty much unreal, not just in terms of yardage, Charles, but also throwing the 3 touchdowns as well.
When you put the whole package together, I can make you a pretty good guarantee right now. He's going to see a few more people in the box every time he lines up.
Yeah, I don't think that the defense has any choice. They've got to stop him. Can't let a repeat performance like that.
Agreed.
On second down, here's Barkley, and he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw, that's a big day.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Fourth down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. And look here, it's an opening drive fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So they get the first down. Maybe not a huge play in terms of yardage, but the fake punt does the job. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Sterling Shepard, but it'll be second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he's going to have first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 35. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose. It doesn't even need to be a breakdown. They move, and they know it affects the defense, because a lot of times you get lost in coverage in the secondary, and I think you're exactly right. Wasn't his primary target. Found a secondary guy who sprang open, probably because of his movement out of the pocket.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Play action. It's Hill. It's hauled in by Shepard. 23 yards, the final tally. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys gonna come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want
offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. On first down, Hill. That's caught by Ingram. He'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Saquon Barkley. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. The former Giant, Prince Amukamara, on the stop.
45, 45. Mike, 45. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On second down, Barkley. And some room to maneuver. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Giants have taken the lead. So much talk this week on the other side about slowing him down coming off that great performance in it. We pick it up second quarter here as the offense gets ready for the drive. On 1st and 10, Hill. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. They'll run with Barkley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant 1st down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he...
Ready? 15-1. 15-1.
Off of play action, Hill. He's got his man. 23 yards on the play.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you can get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Now Hill looking to throw on first. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Darius Slayton, his 1st touchdown of the new season. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And that drive happened quickly, which is great because they scored the points, but then their defense has to come right back out on the field.
It is exciting, isn't it, for the offense to do that? The defense is saying, okay, that's cool, but let's not make it a habit. We need to get some rest sometime.
So we are in the second quarter now as the offense gets set to take over. They've got it 1st and 10.
Three down, 3 down.
Hill on 1st down. That one caught by Ellison. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better, 2 weeks in a row? You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bears take over. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a clock will run.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Each halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan.
Hey, Brandon, thanks. And welcome in to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Time for a look around the NFL here in Week 3 of the new year. We'll start up in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Seattle. And that game tied at 7 in the second quarter. There, let's get over to Arizona Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Buffalo Bills. Kyler Murray has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were losers in their ball game to the visiting Dallas Cowboys. Dak Prescott, 5 touchdown passes, leading his guys to the victory. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second?
Out of the locker room, an onside kick attempt. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half all aboard. A tie game. I don't think anybody. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The throw over the man. And he'll have it past midfield 40 before being taken down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now it's Hill off the bootleg. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Hill. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Leonard Floyd, the old Georgia Bulldog, finding his way into the backfield.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
3rd and long. It's Hill. Catch made by Slayton. It's a 15-yard pickup, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So on 4th down, on comes the Giants kicker, Aldrick Rosas. From the left hash, this from 53 yards, and that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't.
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. To throw is Hill. Out to the right here to Shepard. Tackle broken. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
I I think that's a big pickup for a first. As when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Down carry for Barkley. And an alley to run. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 43. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. This is Barkley. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop it.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
They'll try and run forward Barkley. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now a play fake here on 1st down. On the crossing route, complete. It's Shepard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Hill. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 30.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he gets it complete to Latimer. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Cody Latimer, his first touchdown here of the new campaign, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here.
So now we're in the final minute of the game in the fourth quarter as this offense gets ready to take over. Now Hill. On the crossing route, complete. That's Shepard. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
But how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
That's complete to Slayton. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
This is where hustle and urgency come into play. I think you've got to get up there and spike it.
Set. 30 base.
Now it's Hill. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. This was once a 13-point game. Now they've got a chance to go ahead on first and goal. Well, partner, still a head-scratcher to me how this one ended, down 3. I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot where you can kick that field goal, go to overtime. Why not do it?
And this is where I think the analytics guys are going to continue to get more and more traction in the league. We've talked about different people now saying, I need a game management coach, someone in the booth to take the emotion out of it. Did they lose track of where they were on the clock, right? Did they lose track of where they were on the field? Was it makeable for the kicker? All those things come into play here, and it turns out they don't get it done.
So for the Bears, they're in.
Hey, everybody, it's the coach. You're tuned in to Sunday Night Football.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
On first down, it's Hill. This one to Slayton over the middle. Only a couple for him there. First play, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Now it's Hill. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a 4th down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
On the return is Pettis. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll fake the handoff. Now Hill. Finding his target, it's Cody Latimer. The end result, 21 yards. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game.
That's caught inside the 20. And they're going to be set on the 15-yard line. 39 yards there, a big one. And that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sideline. That's not approved yet, but you can still use pictures. They've got to send his picture down to their defense and say, you see him? Cover it.
Add this gain to the last one, and they move the ball over 50 yards in 2 plays. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. So we are in the final minute now of the first half as this offense gets ready to... On 1st and 10, Hill. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down. On 1st down, Hill. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That's good for 28 yards. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle.
And he finds Shepard. Touchdown, Giants. Sterling Shepard. After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5. From the end zone, Hill. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we pick it up 2nd quarter here as the offense gets ready for the drive. Hill on 1st down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Give him 3 on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hill. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now Hill looking to throw on first. He'll have a first down past the 40. It's hauled in by Shepard. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? Because Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be.
This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Barkley, and he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. There's Hill. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Sterling Shepard with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead.
Brandon, my man, just one sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strikeability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defense.
So we are in the 2nd quarter now as the offense gets set to take over. They've got it 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down. Hill. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. So we have reached halftime here in an 11-point contest. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where it was the visiting Seahawks who were able to come away with the road victory. 17-10, the final score. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And it was the visiting Carolina Panthers who were victorious in that one. 21-16, the final. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football to wrap up the week between the Buffalo Bills and the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team...
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On 1st and 10, Hill. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Nick Bosa. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. And certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Hill looks to throw. Big hold to the 30. Over the middle, complete. It's Shepard. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
He's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line.
Well, that was point counterpoint, wasn't it? They decided to throw for it on 1st and goal. Instead, the defense counters with pressure, and the defense wins, getting a big sack.
On the run, it's Barkley. He gets this down to the 3, but no further. Brought the power run out of the bag and got a couple extra yards with it. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to bull his way into the end zone for a Giants touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. On 1st down, Hill got his man complete over the middle. That's Shepard. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. Earlier, this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The linebacker, Fred Warner, right there on the coverage. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. To throw on 2nd and 10. Hill, and the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild, and at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it, but you know every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Hill. Over the middle, complete. It's Shepard. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused. Because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Hill now to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 42.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
Well, we had a number of good games in the afternoon sessions, but this Sunday nighter might top them all. We come up here on 1st and 10. Catch made by Slayton. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
60 Pittsburgh.
Hill now operating from the red zone. Flush to his right. And now he's going to use his legs. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Barkley. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. And now the Niners going to signal for their third and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. Another clip. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Well, they made the play there, and I'll guarantee you their coaches and the other players are screaming at them about their pride. Come on, guys. He's already gotten in 3 times. You can't give up a 4th one.
And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. Well, Charles, an absolutely thrilling finish there at the end, down to the final play. Got it close to the goal line, but couldn't punch it in.
How much fun was that ending, though, for us?
We were standing up.
I had to. You had to get out of your seat for that one. That close to the goal line? Oh, that was fun.
So for the Giants, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, they'll drop down to 1-3. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.